we'll get started. What we're gonna do is we're gonna finish grave mode. So maybe that should be the first thing we do. That way we do that, we get it out of the way, we make a good bookend for the end of the year, and then start fresh in the new year.
Well, did we get to the Postica?
No.
No, we got one to do that.
That's why I wanted to start it first.
Yeah.
Then I'd like to finish the Apolitikia that we started last week. All those often used dismissal hymns. So the dismissal hymns, then I think we can finish them, and if we have time, which we probably won't, then I'd like to get into the Blessed is the Man and do another 2 verses, but probably not. But yeah, I'd like to finish the grave mode stuff. And that clock's actually right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. So you.
Oh man, I can't.
Well, if you're waiting, I'm just gonna go some
Okay.
water. I need to.
Sure.
You better read through them. I'm gonna read them right now.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go straight through it. And
Sorry,
No, I'm waiting. I'm getting.
I had to do IT consulting with Father
okay.
since he was here. He needs lots of help.
Okay.
Come buy a new one.
Yeah, he wants to buy a new one. He also needs new software and some other stuff. So I do the purchasing for the church for the IT equipment since I have contacts.
And since you know things,
I know things, yes.
you've got him. Alright, I was just telling them that we'll finish out grave mode, so get out the
It's an
Apostica.
ambitious hour ahead.
Yeah.
A few minutes now.
Yep.
Some pen dropped. I think
Mine.
it was yours or mine.
Mine.
Oh no, there's something behind us. So I guess you could make it an hour.
Yeah. And if anyone's interested, I think are we still staying afterwards, Patricia?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, please,
Yeah.
please.
We're gonna go through Christmas music.
Are you gonna be around, Jeff?
No, we're gonna be in Boston.
Okay, there goes my last hope except Eugene.
Yep. I will try and give you as much help as I can.
Thank you. And just ask Father not to do the finger thing.
It's the finger thing.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh.
Stop it.
Do you have to do Christmas all alone?
It's starting to look like that.
We lose people.
Yeah, people just seem to want to spend time with their family, and their family's not here.
Yeah.
Do you do it at night or do you do it the morning service?
We have a divine liturgy in the morning, but we also have the royal hours vigil and
The day before.
vesperal liturgy before. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. All right. So grave mode. At some point we discussed Zoe a little bit, but we'll get back to that at some point down the line. But we're just gonna blaze through grave mode Apostica. What I'd like to do is probably sight read the first one. We'll see how that goes. Maybe do the note names on the second one, back and forth, depending upon time. So.
Can you remind me, grave mode is what?
It's third. Plagal of the third. It's turn 7.
Yes.
Turn
Okay.
7. Which, if anyone's listening online, this is not. I didn't say anything.
The comments are
Yes. Sorry, it's for the
Yeah.
No,
This
what happened to
stupid
this?
press.
For the understanding of the
That's it, isn't it?
English
I
speakers.
think so.
yeah.
Did you sing this 2 weeks ago?
We didn't sing. We always sing the slow Laureate
Yeah.
call, and we didn't get the book stuff.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. We will. I'm gonna have to.
Have to like push her
I'll
aside.
push. Yeah. Because it'd be nice to be able to sing them.
There.
All right.
Are you in the wrong place?
I'll give
Make it not easy.
a very slow intonation as we.
Yes. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay. So na na, thou didst rise from the grave, O Savior of the world, and together with thy flesh thou didst also raise up man, Lord, glory be to thee. Cool. Is Father still here, or
Yeah, he is.
should we close the door, or would that?
He's in his own little father world. He might even appreciate hearing this. I don't know.
maybe.
So.
I just don't want to interrupt. So, Okay, how did that go? Little-
Savior's
rough. Okay.
We started a little fast, and I apologize for that.
That's fine.
This is
Let's take it through one more time,
rough.
and we'll have it nailed, I think.
Thou didst rise from the grave, O Savior of the world, and together with thy flesh thou didst also raise up man, Lord, glory be to thee.
That was good.
Nice. And the first time through, you got grave immediately, so that is rise from the grave. So that was good. Next one, the Lord is King. No names.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
See how it goes with the no names?
Yeah, with the note names.
Alright.
Verse number 2, we'll sing with the words, and then we'll go straight into note names. The Lord is King, He is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, and He hath girt Himself. Zoni pani kedi vugadi gavu pavu gadi gavu pavu gadi gavu pavu gavu gavu vugadi gagazokedi And the only thing on the third day that I went a little fast for that phrase. So we'll just do that one more time to slow it down so we can say the note names. So rising yeah, so it's just the triplet followed by the eighth notes.
Okay.
Any difficulties there, or
No.
just cool? Let's sing it with the words. The Lord is King. The Lord is King, He is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, and He hath girt Himself. Come, let us worship Him who is risen from the dead, and who hath tyranny of Hades, by his arising on the third day, granting us life and great mercy. And proof and concept, to read ahead, you would say tyranny instead of tyranny, as I so adeptly said, tyranny, which is not a word. Okay, any difficulties there?
No, that was pretty straightforward.
Third day, still good?
That was a little.
So, yeah, I mean, it sounded fine. It sounded just a little. I mean, third time through,
It
would be
sounded,
like.
it sounded, yeah, exactly. It sounded a little less in use than everything else.
Third day, and some of that's actually just re-articulating just the difficulty. Da. So it's a vocal thing. Moving forward, verse number 3. Let's sight read this one. Yeah, there's nothing really. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you notice, a lot of these they're pretty much staying above Ga most of the time,
Yeah.
and they kind of have a little bit to play beneath Ga, but most of it's just this lofty zo keli, and playing up there.
Yeah.
Na na, for he established the world which shall not be shaken. When thou didst descend to Hades below, rise thou didst dispose death, and arising on the third day, thou didst also raise us to glorify thine omnipotent arising. O Lord, thou friend of man. Nice. Any difficulties there? I'm noticing that you guys are either it's kind of like ingrained whenever you see the Gorgons now. It's like duh.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a skip over. So it's there. So moving on. Is that fine?
Yeah.
All right. Holiness becometh thy house, O Lord. Let's do note names. This one's got a little bit of rhythm.
Yeah.
So
Lots of dots and Gorgon.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Holiness becometh thy house, O Lord, unto length of days. Kevi, Gali Gavu Pahu, Gali Gavu Gali Li Kezodi, Vi Gavu Gali Gavu Pavuni, Pavu Gali Ga Gagazodi. zo ke zo ke di di pa vuga vi ke di di ga vu pa vu ga di ga vu pa vu ga cool. A little bit in there,
Just
just
a little tricky. Yeah, it's a little different.
And just to let you know, the head chanter at St. Sophia's, before that concert, whenever it was, last week or 2 weeks ago, before him and my friend Stefan were kind of playing around, they were just trying to see how high they can go and things like that. And I was not participating in this. They were just,
Because you
going,
would have embarrassed them.
yeah, well, of course. No, but they were kind of like, oh, well, I can hit a upper high zo, and things like that. But then at some point, the head chanter was kind of like, he was like, no. He was like, that's not zo, and he was like, ga zo ke di di ga vo ga di, and he started like going on this whole like improvisation on all these things, and then Stefan was like, I can't do that. He was like, he must practice every day on these note names, and Stefan doesn't practice at all on these note names. And so I mean, like eventually, the head chanter is very good at note names, such that he's just improvising. He's like, well, zo ke di di, ni zo ke di di, ba vu ga di, ga vu pa. So
it's like a Byzantine jam session.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If there is such a thing.
Pa
Apparently
vu
there is
ga
now.
di
Now we
ke di di, ga di ke di, ni zo ke di. Yeah. Yeah, besides Byzantine hip hop with Father David, now we got Byzantine
Sure.
jazz.
This is equal jazz. Yeah.
We could do
Yeah.
that, that's,
Mhm.
why not?
At least with grave mode.
Yes.
Maybe not some of the other ones, but with the words, holiness become thy household. Na na. Holiness becometh thy house, O Lord, unto length of days. Thou didst appear awesome, O Lord, while lying in the grave as one that sleepeth, and arising on the third day as one mighty, thou didst also raise Adam, who cried out, glory to thy resurrection, only friend of man. Little things in here that are not a little different than what we've done before.
Yeah.
The rhythm is
So,
unique.
let's do it one more time.
All right.
Just from the
The vowel.
yeah, that'll disappear. Na na. Thou didst appear awesome, O Lord, while lying in the grave extends longer than we think, you know. So just keep a watch out,
Yeah.
a watchful eye. Keep vigilance. Yes. So don't be left outside the bridal chamber. So, Glory.
God, you had to remind me.
I'm so. Oh no! As we read last week, O Lord Jesus, unto thee thy lamb doth cry with a great voice. O my bridegroom, thee I love, and seeking thee I now confess. And with thy baptism,
Yes.
and we won't quote any more of the hymn, but yes. So Christ is the bridegroom, and at some point we will talk about all that and all the Paschal hymnology, which is too much for now.
Yes.
But it gets very interesting and very curious. But I will leave you to ponder that in your own time for the moment. But very, very curious. Let's just sing real quick. Glory to thy resurrection. Let's just finish the hymn. And let's sing Adam who cried out.
Okay. We're going back to the.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just that one.
Glory.
Adam
Okay.
who. So. Adam who cried out, glory to thy resurrection, only friend of man. Nice. Cool. Okay, on to the Apostica Theotokian. We will assume that we have sung the glory in the both now. This one's short for something after a both now. It's kind of short. So
That's what I have. I don't know if it's right.
Mhm.
Is that the
That's right, yeah.
what's the tip? Yeah.
Yep.
see.
I'm out of order.
Yeah, sadly, because they have so many of these headers, the page numbers get lost.
Fleeing.
So the one, fleeing for refuge.
Yeah, I got the diatonic.
Yeah, don't do that one. It's on the back page of that one.
It's on the back page of this one?
Yep.
No, I got the Apolytikion of the Resurrection.
Oh, really?
I'll just read yours. It's probably in there
Huh.
someplace, but I have no idea where.
That's so
Oh,
weird.
this is actually Fuego first. Everything's out of order.
Okay, so yeah, we'll sing off of it.
Okay.
Okay, so fleeing for refuge. I'm fine with just sight reading this one. It doesn't go anywhere crazy.
Is that the one?
Yeah. It's on the back of the last Apostica.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, I'm there.
Okay. Fleeing for na.
Sorry, no names or
No, just
What's
just
the
read.
singing? Okay,
Just read it.
cool.
Yeah. I think it's simple enough that we can do it. The hardest thing is the first line.
Okay.
So everything else. So if you look at the first line real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're all stacked up, so you don't really get the pause. But
Yeah, you don't get time.
So you get huge.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
The rep keeps going. Okay.
Na na. Fleeing for refuge. Let's do that one more time.
Yeah, that was.
For-
It's like being back at.
So let me just sing it real quick. The fleeing for refuge.
Oh, that's very sharp. Okay.
But it's not going into another mode. It's not going. from
Nope, it's just a sharp.
It just
Di
sounds.
ga ga di di ke ke di di. So instead of di
I
ga
know.
ga di di ke ke
I
di
know
di,
that's it.
which
Okay.
sounds weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right. I won't do it again like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's take that kind of slow because I think we can do it.
Fleeing for refuge under thy cry out to thee. O Theotokos, our hope deliver us from our countless offenses and save our souls. Cool. Do it a little faster.
Yeah.
One time,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think we're good.
Okay.
Grumble, grumble.
Okay, if you make me. What are the note names?
Yeah.
I don't know what you were. Can you give me note names fast?
All right, back to note. No.
I show you. I
Since
show you.
Since you asked for note
No,
names.
what are we starting with the next one?
What?
Look at that.
So, fleeing for
It goes up
refuge.
to a whole- no,
Yeah, we're not doing that one.
No, no,
if we do
no.
note names,
Yeah, no, no.
Figure out how to.
Yeah, not
Oh,
now.
I
know.
No note names, or no Zo for now. At least Lozo.
Hadizo.
Na na, fleeing for refuge. Oh, sorry, my fault. Under thy shelter, O Lady, all we the earth-born cry out to thee. O Theotokos, our hope deliver us from our countless offenses and save our souls. Cool. And sometimes you do hear people go, our souls. They'll add that extra note in there.
Oh, go above it.
Our souls, our souls. Just for kicks, just for good measure. Any questions on it?
Nope.
Cool. Any questions from anyone else? I think that was good. If you just look real quick, diatonic grave mode from Zo. We're not going to do anything. It starts on Zo.
Mhm.
What's our first note?
Which is, oh, and
Oops. It has gone beyond my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the-
See, it's blank. It
Yeah.
says nothing.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's like an off.
So let's use
4-4,
deductive reasoning.
4-4, but
Eight.
is one of them active?
but that's what I'm trying to figure out.
So
8.
up 8.
Plus 4-4 plus.
That's my
2,
guess,
no?
just because it's past 7.
That's what
Yep.
we're thinking.
Yep, it's up 8.
It's up 8.
It's up 8.
Yeah.
It's a whole octave. Is that an octave
Eight.
plus?
An octave plus 1.
Okay,
yeah.
then we should have.
So,
Okay. And
yeah, so it'd be like Panizo fleeing for refuge. So it goes up to high knee.
Hmm.
And if they were, I should think, where you'd have to, I think they'd have to both be on the left hand side for it to be active, because one's on the right hand side, it's just like
Oh.
it's inactive. The oligon on the bottom is inactive, which is why it's 4 plus 4.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to look at how that actually works theoretically though. Like
So the
what
bottom
the
is
other notes are.
inactive, the other two, of course, are active.
Yeah.
Get you up 8.
Yeah, but the one
That's what I was
overrules the
thinking.
other one. This is where rules of over. I mean, what are the mathematical rules of precedence? Which operator comes before the other? I don't know how it works in business.
One note to rule them
No,
all.
we haven't did the thesis on the theory of Zoe.
Yeah. So in this case,
1,000
this is
pages.
one where I just know that means up a ninth. I just know it means up 8. Okay, so we finished grade mode. Well done, peoples.
Yay.
we pushed through. So now, what I'd like to do is finish the Politikia, which I'm gonna give to John.
Yes.
Oh.
That was fun.
I couldn't remember who was here last. That's right, you were here.
No, it
Yes.
wasn't. I had
So
something to eat and just
He had a
a
whole
lot
whole bunch of these out, and let me just read through them.
yeah, we just kind of went through them. What I'd like to do is read through all that we've done so far,
Okay.
and then move back.
a lot of them, or just one piece?
There's a lot.
No, there's a lot. I just happen to have them in.
Wow.
In special
My
order.
printer
Wow.
collated that. What is it? Collated? Which way
oh,
did
we
they
should
went
have done
going?
Santa Lucia.
Collated.
I just missed that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So and I
sung
didn't.
it at the Swedish embassy. So
Oh, really? I didn't want it to collate, but it did.
A
Thank you.
politician for the.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Remember, we've got these now ordered by dates.
Yep. I will tell you what date.
Well, no,
I
that-
s- well, we can do that on our own.
I have it ordered by date. Did you order it
Well,
by name?
I ordered by date initially, but then we started reading through it, so like the first half of this are like
Yeah.
the order we took them, so like I've got.
Okay.
Sava-
December 13th.
Okay.
Holy Martyrs Evstratius, Auxentius, Evgenius, and
Oh,
Mardarius and Orestes.
We're not doing Santa Lucia.
I know the
How
other
did you
the other
pronounce Eugene?
Evgenius.
Evgeny-
What is it, John? Is that right? Evgenius?
Evgeny?
Instead of Eugene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Evgeny in Russian.
Evgeny,
too.
yeah.
Evgenyus.
And apparently Mardarius. These saints are apparently pretty famous in Greece. Like they would, they would just
These.
celebrate them. I was the monkey who's with me right now. He was like, well, when are the 5 martyrs? And I was like, what 5 martyrs?
Yeah.
And then it was these guys, the Mardarius,
Yeah.
and Mardarius has some things. One of the prayers from the hours is his. So or is it attributed to him at least?
That's good. I don't think St. Catherine's did a service for this. Group.
Probably not.
They did for Spiridon.
Yeah.
Spiridon from
Oh,
Kiev.
these big ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so thy martyrs. We'll just read through a bunch, and I'll
Okay.
tell you what dates are. Neones, thy martyrs, O Lord, in their courageous contest for thee, received as the prize the crowns of incorruption and life from thee, our immortal God. For since they possessed thy strength, they cast down the tyrants, and wholly destroyed the demons' strengthless presumption. O Christ God, by their praise save our souls, since thou art merciful. Nice. Cool. Next one. December 13th, St. Lucia, St. Lucy. 4th mode, Joseph was amazed. The 4th mode, weird, hard chromatic version of it.
Oh, wait.
Joseph was amazed at the fourth.
No. And if anyone ever listens to Capella Romana, they
Yeah.
sing a lot of no's. I don't know if you ever listen.
Oh, I've never paid attention to
They
that.
have. If you start listening to the intonations now that we're going through
yeah,
them,
now that I've-
Yeah.
you hear like na. You hear that? You have ne na no.
Yeah,
and-
they do intonations I don't typically hear.
Yeah, and then they also do na ne, because a lot of their things start on ke. So just if you listen, you start to hear it's like, wait, I know these things now. These things.
Hmm.
They do
So
something different.
ne na no, ne na no. O Lord Jesus, unto thee thy Lamb doth cry with a great voice. O my bridegroom, thee I love, and seeking thee I now contest, and with thy baptism am crucified and buried. I suffer for thy sake, that I may reign with thee. For thy the spotless sacrifice. Lord, save our souls through her intercessions, since thou art great in mercy. Cool. And John, you probably recognize that from Matins.
Oh yeah.
So.
See, they don't have notes. They're singing it from the text.
Yep.
Oh, they're singing that, but they're not.
Yep.
It would be nice if they had notes.
Yeah.
Really.
Most of the time for these during Matins, they probably wouldn't. Sometimes
I
they
guess
do.
they don't.
Yeah, but at least for here for the Politician they do. Okay, moving forward. St. Nicholas, December 6th. The Politician for hierarchs. Neonis, the truth of things hath revealed thee to thy flock as a rule of faith, an icon of meekness and a teacher of temperance. For this cause thou hast achieved the heights by humility, riches by poverty. O Father and Hierarch Nicholas, intercede with Christ God, that our souls be saved.
Put that intercede again. How about O Father and Hierarch?
O Father and Hierarch Nicholas, intercede with Christ God, that our souls be saved. Yep. Alright, moving forward. Saint Salvus, the Sanctified, December 5th.
Righteous monastics or desert.
Yeah, righteous monastics or desert dwellers. Well, very nice. Na. With the streams of thy tears, thou didst cultivate the barrenness of the desert, and by thy sighings from the depths, thou didst bear fruit 100-fold in labors, and thou becamest a luminary, shining with miracles upon the world. O Salvus, our righteous Father, intercede with Christ God that our souls be saved. We finally get that characteristic thing right at the end. Saint Patapius, December 8th. In thee the image. In thee the image was preserved with exactness, O Father. For taking up thy cross, thou didst follow Christ, and by thy deeds thou didst teach us to overlook the flesh. For it passeth away, but to attend to the soul, since it is immortal. Wherefore, O righteous Patapius, thy spirit rejoiceth with the angels. Alright, moving forward. The 70, I think this is where we finished.
Yeah, that's as far as we got.
Yep. So, O Holy Apostles, third mode. Again,
Oh, we might have done this one too.
yeah, I think
This
we
is
did
like
this
the-
one
yeah.
very end.
Yeah.
This is for
Apostles.
any group of apostles. Oftentimes, if there's one or multiples, especially multiples, and if they're not very well known, you get this one. If it's Luke, you get O Holy Apostle and Evangelist Luke. If it's one of the more well-known ones, it's Holy Apostle Timothy, intercede. But the ending is always the same. So, still good to know.
What date?
January 4th.
Mm.
And it could be the back of a page.
Okay, got it.
Na na, O holy apostles, intercede with the merciful God, that He grant move on?
Okay.
Unless anyone objects. So the holy prophet Nahum, I think at least those that have been at the morning liturgies will notice this, that we've had lots of prophets approaching the nativity of Christ. So we've gone through a good number of them. So this morning we had one as well, Haggai. So
All the minor prophets are like kind of front loaded in December.
yeah, exactly. So December 1st, Apolitikian, yeah, for the prophets. And we just fit in the name somehow, celebrate the memory of thy prophet blank. Somehow it fits. Yes. So some of them are more difficult than others to fit in. So Neanes, as we celebrate the memory of thy prophet Nahum, O Lord, through him we beseech thee to save our souls. Straight to the point.
So did you do prophet
Oh, so this morning it was Aggeus. It was the Greek version of it.
Okay.
But if it would have been, as we celebrate the memory
did you
of
sing
thy
the Prophet
prophet Haggai, O Lord, that would have been we sang it, but we
Okay,
did
but-
prophet Aggeus, O Lord.
You
Yeah.
know, you were talking about Prophet Haggai, and I'm like, I don't recall something about Haggai.
Yeah,
What-
Aggeus.
It
Was,
drifted
I
off to that
just, was
point.
it just so early in the morning? It was that guy.
Yeah, I was going to say Haggai, but I forgot to tell anyone ahead of time.
Yes.
That I could say Haggai, and then when Anna came, I was like, oh no,
Right.
if I say Haggai, then it'd be like, wait, what are you
More
reading off of?
confusion, yeah.
So I read it Aggeus, which I'll have to look at how it's pronounced in Greek, if it's Aggeus.
I guess the same way.
Aggeus. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Aegeus.
Yeah, I guess it is,
Aegeus.
yeah. The holy hieromartyr Ignatius, the God bearer. Ignatius, the God bearer of Antioch, December 20th. And he's the one that gets lions eating him, if I recall.
Yummies.
Yeah, on the second page you get the lions eating
So
him.
if you missed this, you can celebrate in the old calendar.
Yeah. Yeah, he-
There's always another chance.
I love it. If you look on the back page of this one, he looks so stately. He's being eaten by lions, and he's like,
What? Oh.
he
Oh
just,
yes, okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Here's some fingers. Have
Yeah.
them, here's.
No, I mean the story about him.
And
He was
one got
totally
it
devoured.
by
Yeah.
great white
And not just
beast.
touched by them. He was totally.
clean. Yeah. But that was when he let them, if I
Yes,
if I
no,
recall.
and he didn't. I mean, he didn't. He was already received.
Yeah. As a share of the weights, so yeah, these are people that are either of the time of the apostles, or somehow are apostolic in nature. So it could be a modern person or more modern that is considered a successor to the apostles, or what is it called when they're equal to the apostles?
Yeah.
Equal.
Or in the case of Ignatius, he was
contemporaries or
Yeah.
Isapostolos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you notice, as a sharer of the ways and a successor to the throne of the apostles, it kind
It
of
have to
spells
be
it out.
bishops. Any of the bishops.
Yeah, but
Or
most of the
saintly
time,
bishops, actually.
it's either bishops that have an apostolic bend,
Right.
because otherwise you have the Saint Nicholas one.
Yeah.
So would Saint Nina get this?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Yes.
I believe
That's
she
what
would.
the house is named after her.
Yeah.
Of course.
Saint
Yeah.
Nina,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm
Equal to the
pretty.
apostles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she would. If I recall, she gets it. Although she might, the Georgians
I'm
may
just
have
like, to
given.
get their own.
She may be big enough
To
in
get her own.
Georgia that they wrote their own for her. I'm not
she,
sure.
She actually does have her own.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll have to look.
somewhere. Just waiting for the time that
She's the
Father's gonna
patron
actually.
saint.
Yeah. And just in case you ever see it, Nino is the
Nino,
way it's
yeah.
in Georgian. So
Yeah.
and so I think we were looking and we were like, Nino, who's Nino?
Nino, yes. Is that Finding Nino?
Yeah, and it's like, and what guy? And it's like, no, that's a girl.
Yeah.
It's just Georgian
Yeah.
for it. So as a share, again, fourth mode self-chromatic. A lot of these are fourth mode self-chromatic if you haven't noticed. Neanes, as a sharer of the ways and a successor to the throne of the apostles, O inspired of God, thou foundest discipline to be a means of ascent to divine vision. Wherefore, having rightly divided the word of truth. Thou didst also contest for the faith, even unto blood. O Hiero Martyr Ignatius, intercede with Christ our God, that our souls be saved. Let's do that one more time.
Okay.
And again, with this one, you would always replace Ignatius with something else.
Mhm.
And hieromartyr, there's normally a hieromartyr of some sort, or some word there. So it might change depending upon the person.
Oh, yeah, if they weren't a martyr, then it'd be something else, right?
Most of these, I mean, all the apostles were martyrs except for St. John.
Right.
And we know why, right? Why he wasn't martyred.
Why he wasn't martyred?
Yeah.
They
Well,
tried.
Jesus said he would be, not all would be, taste death before. I mean, he was referring to John. And I also think that he was.
I've heard it
Supposed
explained
he was
that he's the one
exiled.
who didn't desert Christ at the cross.
Well, yeah,
so.
and because
Oh, that's it.
Christ said, "Truly, you will drink the cup that I drink,
Mhm.
and be
Right.
baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with." And so John, being the only one that actually stayed at the cross, partook in that and was there, and
Oh, I see.
didn't abandon. All the other ones, in order to partake, had to go to their own cross and had to be martyred themselves.
He still
So.
went through some painful stuff.
Hmm?
He still went through some
Oh, yeah,
painful
well,
stuff.
he-
He's
I mean-
Well, he
I
was supposed to be martyred when he was in Ephesus. They were going to put him in a boiling oil at separate heat, but he was spared that.
Yeah.
He actually survived it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So his
That's always funny how
punishment
that
was
happens.
really that was in Ephesus. They still have the place, and then that's because he was baptizing it. And then they sent him to Patmos in
Mhm.
exile. And that was his his punishment. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was explanation. I also thought that when Christ said, "Not all will taste of death before they," I thought he was
Before they see the
referring to,
kingdom
when
coming in
the-
power.
When the
That-
I don't think it's.
That's normally for the transfiguration. That's the
I don't know.
references to
Right.
that.
It's like right after he says that, then like
Let
the
me go
next
to
scene
that.
is they're taking him up the.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all right.
But and it depends, because then if you understand kingdom of God coming in power or kingship of God, like the rule, that power. But yeah, for another time. And let's do this one more time. So, Neanes, as a sharer of the ways and a successor to the throne of the apostles, who inspired of God thou foundest discipline to be a means of ascent to divine vision. Wherefore, having rightly divided the word of truth, thou didst also contest for the faith even unto blood. O Hieromartyr Ignatius, intercede with Christ our God, that our souls be saved. Cool. Next one, St. John of Damascus, December 4th.
So what prophet do we get tomorrow? Do you know yet?
Tomorrow.
Look them up
I don't actually
tomorrow.
know. Siri won't answer that.
Siri.
What is the saint? So there was, okay, so it was very interesting. I asked Siri, what did I say? I was like, what is the feast day of Saint Nicholas? She was like, hello Nicholas, his feast day is December 6th. And I was like, what? And then I said I think I said Saint John of Damascus, and she was getting it from Wikipedia. So, but
Response.
yeah, so apparently she knew, but I'm wondering how far it would go. So.
Because that's with Barbara too. I think that's.
Oh, St. John of Damascus? Yeah.
The same days.
Yep. December 4th is
So then-
Barbara.
So
And
they
she normally-
usually co-celebrate them.
She gets more hymns than St. John of
I
Damascus.
know.
Yeah, she's
You
bigger.
got a sort of honorable mention.
Yeah. got second place. So, Guide of Orthodoxy, Teacher of Piety. This is normally some sort of monastic who wrote a lot and was a defender of the faith. So, St. Gregory of Palamas gets this. Him also being a hierarch. Is normally somebody who guides orthodoxy and leads them away from heresy.
Yeah.
Oftentimes it's a monastic who went to a council and spoke boldly. Sometimes it's a hierarch who spoke boldly, but it's always somehow either they write or they do something. Here, if you look on the third line, it says God inspired adornment of monastics. Sometimes it will say God inspired adornment of hierarchs, if I recall. I don't know what else they would.
What
flake.
But he was a monastic,
Athanasius
I
like
think
his own, wouldn't he? He's got something probably of his own.
Yeah, I believe he does.
But he was a dedicated monastic, I think, when he was writing.
John of Damascus.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was also
Hmm?
given a high position
Yeah.
under the Arab rule, but then he wrote his tracts against the
Yeah. Iconoclasm.
iconoclasm. So
Yeah. So, but yeah. So he gets. So that's why you get this, and it's by thy teachings thou hast lightened all. You know. And normally, if they're an eloquent writer, so they get. That's why all this makes sense. So, Phlegala the fourth.
yeah.
Again, pay attention to the monosyllables as to what
Yeah.
formula we get.
Monastics.
Na Guide of orthodoxy, teacher of piety and holiness, luminary of the world, God inspired adornment of monastics. O wise John, by thy teachings thou hast enlightened all. O harp of the Spirit, intercede with Christ God that our souls be saved. And anyone want to tell John what our rule of was from last week in terms of which
So there's
Yes.
da 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 or da 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 number of syllables.
Oh,
4 syllables gets da 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 da.
Yep.
so how many syllables do you have here?
Three gets done.
Of monastics.
Of monastics?
of
Oh,
monastics.
Monastics.
Of
Monastics.
Monastics.
Of monastics. Of the Spirit.
Piety and holiness. And holiness. So if it's 5, it gets that characteristic
That
phrase.
our souls be saved. That our souls be saved. Right. That our souls be saved.
And if it's 4 or less, then it gets something else. But
It's something that everybody thinks is wrong.
so
But not us. We
That's
have
right.
been trained.
we have been enlightened by the
Or the
Spirit.
Illuminati.
Oh,
as well.
tomorrow is Daniel.
Yeah.
We are the Illuminati. Ooh, Daniel.
Daniel the prophet and
Oh, cool.
and the 3 youths.
And the 3
And the
youths.
3
And then you
youths.
also
Oh,
have
that's big.
Dionysius of
That's a big
Zakynthos. Dionysius of Zakynthos.
Ooh.
So-
Where's Daniel?
Is that not back
No,
to
no,
something?
no.
We haven't
He's
sunk
talking
to
about
that,
tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
We're
tomorrow.
talking
I was
tomorrow.
gonna-
Okay,
I
I
did
don't
I-
have it.
Did I
You
put
have it
it?
tomorrow.
And the 3 youths.
But if
That's
you
a
That's
come
right, Daniel.
tomorrow at
Prophet.
7, you will have it.
I will.
If I lived where you are, I would.
Actually, I think
Yeah.
So I
it's
didn't-
very easy.
I didn't
you're pulling that stuff off the St. Anthony, sir, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah. that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
I didn't put Daniel in this packet because his one is repeated, but it's only repeated like twice or 3 times just in this Christmas time, and so it wasn't big enough that it's not like so generic. It's pretty much used for him,
It's locally
for the
generic.
him, and then for like the righteous of the Old Testament. Like we sang it on Saturday night, so we'll sing it again tomorrow morning, because it's the same one.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Saint Macarius the Great of Egypt, January 19th. These are desert dwellers, specifically those in Egypt. Specifically, like I gotta think. Macarius and all
Specifically Macarius.
Macarius and all his companions. Macarius.
Ilk.
Who else was in the desert with him?
Agathon, lots of guys.
Yeah,
I mean, like contemporary with Macarius, or
Yeah.
like people that were in the
Sava,
desert
we
in
had
Egypt.
Sava, and we had Makari, and then there was some.
I
I
gotta
don't know.
think.
And
Euphemius.
John the Short.
Anthony?
Euphemius,
Of
Anthony.
course.
Um,
And then who
yeah,
else?
John.
John,
Yeah,
the, John the Dwarf.
yeah. He probably gets one. He gets this.
There's a
On the
whole
door.
bunch
Or
of-
John the Short. I like that.
Yeah.
John the
the
little
dwarf,
person
that's
now.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, nanos in Greek, the nanos. Or Yanis.
What is it? What is it?
Nanos.
what does that mean
nano. Nanos. Like we
Like
say
small?
nanosecond.
Oh, okay,
where
so
it
small.
comes from the Greek word for dwarf.
Oh, okay.
So Yanis or nanos, you join the dwarf. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yanis.
Yeah.
Citizen of the desert.
I
so-
told someone the dwarf, and they were like the small, you know.
I say
Yes.
the nano
No,
John.
it's John the small person.
John the
Yeah.
nano.
John the height challenge. Yeah. Or the monk who's with us right now.
Throw that in there. Yeah.
We were talking about different things. And I was,
That'll
I
bring
was
Father
like,
up
John,
from
like
the
John
animal.
or he was saying, he was like, Nick, you still have hope. There's lots of short saints, and I was kind of like, I was like, and then we were like Saint John Maximovich was like, he was, like less than 5 foot. Somebody else
Really?
was like, Elder Paisios was like 5'2". Somebody else was like, Elder Porphyrius was short. And then I was like, John the dwarf. He's like, Nick, John the short. He was like, now you know if you become a monastic who your saint is. And I was like, is this clairvoyance? Is this
Yes.
is this just what is this? Is this just humor? I'm not sure. So from first mode of Politikian.
And it's
Any-
Paisios now. You called him.
Is it?
Didn't you know? He
No,
did.
Porphyrius. Porphyrius is
I
saint.
thought it was Paisios.
No,
Oh, Porphyrius.
not that I know of. Yeah, Porphyrius.
Is Paisius the same too, isn't he?
Not as far as I
Not
know.
yet,
Yeah.
but
No,
not-
he's been
Not his
beatified
thought
though,
he was.
hasn't he? He's or
I
the
don't
not
know.
the.
I thought he was a saint.
Porphyrius it was definitely.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
I know,
definitely
but Paisius, the
I mean,
recent,
Paisius has
recent,
held it
he's
very
maybe
high.
Too recent, yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
They still have
Something happened
recordings
with
of him.
Paisios recently because
Oh,
I was
really?
getting them so confused when they said Porphyrius. And I said they already did that, but
Huh.
There's a lot of
Please let me know.
literature out
yes.
there now because
oh, God, no.
he's one of
Stop
the new,
Googling.
Soon.
the new theologians. If you
Yeah.
Okay, that is proved to be a citizen of the desert. Ananis, thou didst prove to be a citizen of the desert, an angel in the flesh, and a wonder worker, O Macarius, our God-bearing Father. By fasting, vigil, and prayer, thou didst obtain heavenly gifts, and thou healest the sick, and the souls of them that have recourse to thee with faith. Glory to him that hath given thee strength. Glory to him that hath crowned thee. Glory to him that worketh healings for all through thee. Cool. Pretty straightforward. Again, switch Macarios with somebody else, and then you get their hymn. Interesting with a lot of these desert dwellers, they also get the same glory during Vespers. Like in general, it's got all the same words, and it just switches the name. So what I would like to do at some point is to write it out and then just have it up online. That way, we do have a glory written for any time we have any of these big monastic desert dweller saints.
Okay.
So the righteous next one and the final one that we'll do, because the final one. Yeah, the
Raithu?
righteous martyrs of Sinai and Raithu.
Where's Raithu?
Near Sinai? I don't know. I forget. I remember
You
reading.
think you think it would be, but I never heard of it.
I remember
before.
reading about it.
Sure.
Sometimes it's funny because sometimes they just happen to both be like it's a bunch of martyrs that were all slaughtered on the same
different
day, but in
places.
different areas,
Yeah.
in different years, like 400 years apart, and they just put them together. January 14th. So
Let's look that one up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't figured out. Oh God of our fathers ever dealing with us. I don't know. I haven't figured out why certain ones get this. I remember singing this a bunch, but I haven't put
Oh yeah,
together.
because this is supposed to be like some sort of general, so like all martyrs. I mean, what?
I don't
what's
know.
What's the characteristic?
I think it might be just like when you have like an entire monastic community
You think?
getting
Oh, is that what
slaughtered.
this- Is that what this was?
I don't
A
know.
couple of
I don't know.
monasteries.
Oh God of our fathers,
Puts
you
the
know,
sword.
and it's a bunch of times that you sing this, and I haven't figured it out yet.
I
I haven't looked into it in depth, but
No, I was gonna. If I had guessed, I would say God of our Father might refer to a Jewish community.
yeah,
Because they're talking about their fathers.
Yeah.
So that's the specific God of Israel.
Oh,
But I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure what that would.
yeah. So
Maybe that's.
We'll
what
look it
is.
up. at some point we'll figure it out. I would like to at some point like put something up online that just says describes all these different things and where the hymns come from.
Yeah.
But in time, when I get furloughed
They
again.
have to get a synaxarion or
Yeah.
something with all the lives of the saints.
Yeah, and go through and notate
They're
them.
on
I
6
started
days,
notating some of them and like taking account when like this hymn occurs again and this hymn occurs again,
Yeah.
but I forget and then I get busy. So, and I'm not that OCD about things. So if only I was more OCD about stuff, then I would actually get these things accomplished.
Heck, you
We should
failed
do
us
that.
again.
Yeah.
We should find it in the synaxarion. I have the synaxarion.
I mean, well, we can find the we can
just have
find
to take the time to look it up.
yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
we can
finding
find
this
all this stuff.
finding the story of the saints is easy. Is the difficulty is finding when else is this hymn used and what is the common
Oh.
thread. That's the difficulty.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Because the righteous martyrs of Sinai, they're monastics. They're fathers, monastic fathers. and I'm 99% positive of that. O God of our fathers, let's sing it again. Neanes, O God of our fathers, ever dealing with us according to thy gentleness, take not thy mercy from us, but by their entreaties guide our lives in peace. Cool.
Alright.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
And pretty short and sweet. And that's pretty much all the generic ones that I know off the top of my head,
Okay.
as far as I can tell. So,
It's fewer than you would like to think.
yeah,
Other than if they're going to be generic, we hope there weren't too many.
yeah.